Yo, what's up TGM and welcome back to another Japanese video. Nihongo video. Welcome back. Welcome back to my shop. So, in today's video, we're going to be going over lesson 3 in the Japanese Genki book right here. If you guys don't have a Genki book, you can follow along. So, last two lessons, which was lesson 1 and 2, we went over numbers, greetings, things for when you get home or for when you're going out. You telling your mom when you're going out, and some vocabulary and some other vocabulary. So we're gonna get into chapter 3. Very excited for chapter 3. I want you guys to really pay attention. So starting with chapter 3, it's going to be setting up a date or making a date. Now there's two different dates in Japanese that you should know. We have deito and the other one is deito. Now they sound the same, yes, but pitch accent is very important because deito and you can say deito is very different. The pitch accent is different. One means a date on the calendar and one means like a date in a romantical setting. So this one is going to be one in a romantical setting. So first is the story. We're going to read the story. I'm going to show you guys right here, the story right here. We have the story right here in Japanese and we have the definitions over here. We're not going to read the definitions yet. I'm going to read the Japanese story to you guys. Then I'm not going to translate it for you guys. So Mary is talking to Takashi and Mary is saying, Meri-san wa shumasu wa taitei nani shimasu ka? And Mary says,そうですね。大抵うちで勉強します。でも、時々映画を見ます。Now, Takashi says, そうですか。じゃあ、土曜日に映画を見ませんか? And then Mary says, 土曜日はちょうど。Takashi says, じゃあ、日曜日はどうですか? And Mary says, いいですね. So, that translates to Mary is asking what do they usually do on the weekends, and I'm not gonna exactly tell you guys the vocabulary, but I'm translating it to you guys because the next page is going to show you the vocabulary that they used in this story right here. So Mary says to Takashi, what do you usually do on the weekends? And Mary says, let's see, I usually study at home. And then she says, but sometimes see movies. And then Takashi says, I see, so desu ne. And then, would you like to see a movie on Saturday? She says, Saturday is not a good day. She says, Saturday is a little bit inconvenient, Then Takashi says, then how about Sunday? And Mary says, ii desu ne, which translates to that's fine, or that's okay. Yeah, that'll be fine. Now, the second story is on a Sunday morning, Mary's host families right here. Ohayo gozaimasu. Ohayo, ii desu ne, it's early. 今日は京都に行きます。京都で映画を見ます。いいですね。何時頃が? My bad. Trying to read a little bit too fast. So this says 何時頃帰りますか? And Mary says 9時頃です。晩ご飯は her mother, お母さん, that's how you say mother in Japanese, says 晩ご飯は basically meaning would you like to eat? Do you want to eat lunch? And Mary says 食べません, which translates to I will not eat. So here she says そうですか. じゃあ now she says いってらっしゃい. And then Mary says 行ってきます. So we have our translation right here. For number 2, Mary says, good morning. And her mother says, good morning. You are early, aren't you? And Mary says, yes, I'm going to Kyoto today. I will see a movie in Kyoto. Her mother says, good. Around what time will you come back? And she says around 9, which I said, 9時頃です. 9時, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9. And her mother says, how about dinner? Which would translate to, Bangohan, you know, how about lunch or how about dinner? And Mary says tabimasen, which means I will not eat. I always want to say I see or have a nice day. And have a nice day, you know, telling someone to have a nice day. When they're first about to go out and everything, you want to say itarashai. Itarashai. And then Mary says itekimasu, which means Mary says goodbye. Now, that was me reading the story. Now, for the vocabulary that I read on this page is on the next page. So I'm gonna go over all the vocabulary with you guys now that we read in that story. There's a few. We have vocabulary right here, tango. And did you guys hear like background noise? Please excuse the background noise because there's like a loud truck over there. But this is the vocabulary for lesson 3. I know you guys can't really see it that well. I may just try to point at the camera even more. Yeah, there you go. Try to show you guys even more. Okay, so I'm gonna read it. So music. Okay, so movie in Japanese is eiga. Movie in Japanese is eiga. Eiga. Music is ongaku. Magazine is zashi. Sports is sports. Dates like romantical, like I was talking about in the beginning of the video, is deito. Tennis is tennisi. Tennis, excuse me. TV is terebi. Ice cream is ice cream. Hamburger is hamburger. Sake, or like an alcoholic drink, is osake. Green tea is ocha. Coffee is kohi. Water is mizu. Breakfast is asa gohan. Lunch is hiru gohan. Dinner is ban gohan. And home, house, like someone else's house now, is iet. My home and my place is uchi. School is gakko. School is gakko. Cafe is cafe. Tomorrow is ashita. Now, some of these words will be introduced later on. You will see them in different sentence structures. You will see them in different sentences later on in lesson 3. All of these words that I'm repeating to you guys will not be used. Was not used in the story that I just read to you guys. So, like tomorrow was not used. Tomorrow in Japanese is ashita. Today is kyo. Morning is asa. Tonight is konban. Every day is mainichi. Every night is maiban. Weekend is shumasu. Saturday is doyobi. Sunday is nichobi. When is isu. And at about, at an approximate time is goro. So basically what I was telling you guys, you know how I told you guys like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Basically how you would say kuji goro, at about 9 or at around 9. You can say the same thing, roku goro. Or 10 goro means at around 10. Excuse me. And if you guys hear barking at anything, please excuse me again. And if you guys really can't see my face like that, I'm sorry. There's like a glare. There's like a glare in my camera back there. So now we're getting into verbs. And verbs is basically, like the last few letters. The last few letters like ru. I'm gonna say it in English for you guys, like ru, like R, U. That'd be a verb because it has a U at the end of that verb. So iku. So we have iku, that means to go, like or a destination. And kaeru means to go back or to return. Kiku means to listen or to hear. To drink is nomu. Hanasu means to talk or to speak. Language, go. Yomu means to read. Now this is ru verbs. Okiru means to get up. To eat is taberu. Taberu is very well known. People use taberu in te form, and people also use taberu in like their dictionary form too. Really. Again, sorry for the noise. To sleep or to go to sleep is neru. Nete, sleep. Nete means just to sleep. So to see, to look at, or to watch is miru. Irregular verbs will not be conjugated. Irregular verbs will not be conjugated the same as ru verbs and u verbs will be conjugated, but I'll get into that later on. In a later video. That'll have a video of its own. Irregular verbs is kuru, to come, destination. Not like iku. Iku means to go, kuru means to come. And kaeru means to go back or to return to a place you were from. So to do means suru. Benkyou suru means to study. I means good, as in ine, good, nice. I. Hayai means early. Not much plus a negative which means a negative would be nai. Basically, a negative would be nai, or like a negative form, negative sentence in the form. I don't know what just happened to my phone. My phone just turned black for a second. I hope my footage don't cut out on you guys. So we have amari. Amari plus a negative means not much, and zenzen means not at all. Taitei means usually. Choto means a little. Tokidoki means sometimes. Yoku means often or much. So we have expressions that you can use in Japanese. Expressions that you would use these expressions with your friends. You wouldn't normally use these expressions while just meeting someone, because that would kind of be informal in a way, because you don't know the person, and you kind of trying to come off as too easy. You don't want to come off as too easy, but these are some expressions you can use. We have so desu ne, that's right, or let me see. Ne is a particle, like I talked about around lesson 1 or 2. I can't really remember. Ne is basically saying, oh, is that so, or is that right? So now we have demo. Demo means but. Basically, but as in like how I would talk in English, right? I'll give you guys a sentence in English. So I was going to the store, but I came back home because it started raining. So basically that's what that is. That's how you would use demo. That's basically, so basically I would say like, oh, I was walking to the store, demo, I came back home because it started raining. You get it now? So do desu ka is how about or how is, and means yes, or you can say but that's very informal. You only use in like certain situations. Now, next is verb conjugation, and I told you guys verb conjugation will be in a video of its own, because I really want to go in depth about verb conjugation with you guys. I'm gonna show you guys some verb conjugation now, but it's basically like dictionary form and everything, and I can't wait to get back to lesson 7. I want to see you guys can really see that. I'm sorry, you guys can't really see it. My camera isn't the best. So we're gonna not look into these right now because we have present tense. Time reference tense. Masenka. Masenka is basically like an invitation. And the same thing with like masoka. But masoka is like an invitation, but it's like an invitation to where you've basically been somewhere already, you already know that person. But I digress. We're gonna get into that another video. That's gonna be in another video of its own. So some practice for like these conjugations. We have practice here for conjugations, which I'm not gonna get into again because it's gonna be a video of its own. This is just me making a video on lesson 3. I want conjugations to be in a video of its own, but that's really lesson 3. Yeah, that's really lesson 3, because then it'll be 4, and then we're gonna get into verb conjugation practices in the next video. So really, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you guys leave a like, or leave a sub. Hopefully I earned your sub. But if I haven't earned your sub, make sure you can watch my other videos, because I do way more workout videos. But I'm trying to do more Japanese videos now, because I genuinely love coming out here and practicing Japanese videos and practicing Japanese with you guys. They're very fun to make. I'm very passionate about Japanese, but I will be honest, I have not been studying my Japanese. I haven't studied my Japanese in a couple of months, and I'm just now getting back into it because I lost my discipline. Because Japanese is really hard, and without people to continuously motivate you, you have to stay disciplined. Motivation dies, and we have to rely on discipline. So that's the end of the video. Make sure you guys say hi to Taco. This is Taco. Taco is octopus in Japanese. I'm also gonna do more videos. About how to write, how to write the language, how to really pronounce them. When I'm pronouncing them, you guys can really pay attention to that when I'm going through the vocabulary in the book. But if you guys also want to see me review lesson 1 or 2, make sure you leave a comment down below saying you want me to review, and you guys have any ideas or any tips that I should look into, or any apps I should look into, give me some tips, give me some tips so I can also tell you guys and I can help you guys even more. I want to communicate with you guys. TGM forever. So, like I always say, may God be the glory, and JV out. Peace. Arigato mite. That means thank you for watching.